Mr. President, good morning.
Morning.
Hey, listen, I know a young couple who got married this weekend. What is your advice for a young couple looking forward to a bright America, given the restrictions of COVID and everything that's going on right now?
Related to you.
Right. Well, first of all, congratulations. You finally got that done, despite everything. It's not easy.
Yeah.
But as you know, I've met your daughter. She's lovely. It's going to be a great combination. They don't listen to my advice. You just let them lead their life. They're going to be very good. They're going to be just fine. It's a great couple, and it's an incredible family. She starts off with excellent genes. That's very important.
Well, thank you very much. All right, that's all I was curious about. I got to go on. I'm still on vacation.
Yes.
Talk to you later.
Yeah, the president commented the Ducey Helix.
Thank you, Steve.
So long.
All right, Mr. President, thanks so much for doing this morning. Can we talk about probably the thing that everybody's talking about today, and that's mail-in voting? What seems to bother you most, and stop me if I'm wrong, is if a state like Nevada or another state just blankets a state with ballots unrequested. And that's different from requesting an absentee ballot because you're concerned about your health or the pandemic. Would you make that, am I accurate in that dissemination?
No, absentee is okay because you have to go through a process, Brian, and you go through a process and you make a request and they send it to you and you get it and you fill it out, and it's a process and it's a smaller number. What they're going to do is blanket the state. Anybody that ever walked, frankly, will get one. And you know, the governor's a clubhouse politician. He's somebody that, frankly, was shocking. And shocking what he did, more shocking what he did. Without town halls, without meetings, without the public, they went out and they just approved this ridiculous system. And the post office will never be equipped to handle it. And you see it in New York, in a much smaller scale. We have a congressional race, Carolyn Maloney, a congresswoman. It's been 6.5 weeks now. They have no idea what happened. They're thousands of votes off. They're missing votes. They're fraudulent votes. They have to do the election over. There's no way that she can take that election because it's between two Democrats, but I guess he's probably, as the expression goes, more progressive. But she's in trouble, and frankly, they have to do the election over.
But you're suing Nevada, right? You're suing Nevada?
I'm suing. No, but it's the same thing. It's mail-in voting. Paterson, New Jersey. 20% of the votes were either fixed or messed up or missing or fraudulent. And people are in big trouble. The town council, the mailmen, a lot of people are in big trouble. That's Paterson. That's 20% of the votes. You can't do a mail-in vote. Now, Florida is different in the sense that they've been doing it, and they've had two very good governors, frankly, and they have an infrastructure that's taken years to build. But Nevada, they start voting very soon, and he just threw it out there. And the other thing is the votes don't have to be counted or tabulated until 7 days after November 3rd. So that means if we're waiting for one state, and it's a very great, important state, big state, if we're waiting for that state, you don't know what the answer is going to be till after maybe 7 days. But it's not going to be 7 days. It's going to be months or years. They will never be able to tabulate their votes because they're not set up for it.
Mr. President, thank you for joining us. You mentioned the Postal Service. Well, your former opponent is out of the woods or tweeting from the woods, and this is part of what she said about the Postal Service and your treatment of it. Hillary Clinton tweeting this: I fear Republican sabotage of the U.S. Postal Service, including slowing mail delivery, is a Trump strategy to make voting by mail more difficult this fall. Request your ballots and return them as early as you can. Your response to Hillary Clinton accusing you of sabotaging the post office?
Well, first of all, remember the famous question when she asked me whether or not I accept the results of the election? She felt pretty confident until the end of that debate. And frankly, she was very strong. Would you accept the results of the election? Well, she didn't accept the results. She still has. She's living in a cocoon. And I guess people don't like her, or somebody doesn't like her, but she didn't do the job. She didn't do the job that she was supposed to do, and she should accept that. Now she continues to go on, and she's talking now about the Postal Service. Well, as you know, the Postal Service for 40 years has had big problems. And they're not equipped to handle a governor where they say millions of ballots, by the way, will be posted in a couple of weeks. gear up. You can't do that. It doesn't work that way. It's a very complex process. So Nevada, we're in court. We'll see how it works out. But if it doesn't work out, you're not going to know the November 3rd election results. I'm talking for the country. It could be for months and months. I mean, actually, it could be for years because you'll never. They sent and they plan to send these ballots to everybody that's ever walked in the state of Nevada. It will be a disaster.